see many versions because I think the way the play is written is he presents somebody who's very youthful and kind of exuberant, ready to take on the world, oblivious to any offenses he may be creating to other people by just breaking convention, and because he's just a genius, he doesn't see it any other way. So that's sort of the first Mozart you see. And the second Mozart you see is the kind of, he's gotten a taste of what the big city's actually going to be like. And why can't they see my genius? I don't understand. And then, in the second half of the play, you really see a guy who has grown up a little bit and eventually gets really broken down, and it's sort of painful to watch, especially when you know that it's a true, the fact that he disintegrated is true. Whether or not Salieri is responsible for that, probably not, but maybe he was, yeah. Yeah, I mean, when we're, constantly when we're going through, we're always looking for places Paul's really keeping an eye on. When, what can we do to break the convention of what the rest of the world is doing? Like what can we do to show that he's not tied down, creatively or socially, or by any means, by the conformity and kind of institution of the Vienna court, and then of course there's also the clothes, the wig, that's very Michael Jackson. Like making a statement with what you put on, what you wear is definitely in the play, and they're awesome. They're great clothes. So I'm really looking forward to that. I mean, certainly being a musician, I can. Actors in general have a musical sensibility, but I actually do know what the notes are. I know what the chords are, so I can understand why he chose a particular key, or why a certain instrument, why it's so amazing that instrument soaring over the rest of an orchestra is so tugging or emotionally moving. Everybody can feel that, but there is a sense for people who are musicians who can kind of understand the inside of it too, like why that works or why it doesn't work. And then playing has been helpful just because, well, one, I have to play in the show. You don't have to, but we decided we would if I could handle it, and that's going well. We'll see. And then there's actually a scene where he comments on all the conventions of opera, and he sits down and kind of improvs through that, and that's fun, and being a musician certainly helps that. Well, it's a part I've always wanted to play. I don't think I ever put together that, I need to learn how to play Mozart so that I can play Mozart, but I've always wanted to do this part. I mean, this is a great part. It has so much to it. It's chewy, it's like, and it's a huge journey, which is always great, for an actor, because you get to use all of yourself. You're not just a service to the plot or another particular character, although he's a great service to Salieri, but it's really on me to give everything I have so that he can have his journey. Definitely Salieri's play. I think without question, it's Salieri's play. I mean, that's how it's written, that's how it's structured, and it's a story about man versus God through Mozart. That's the story, I think. And sure, Paul will talk more about that too. But Amadeus is a genius and is a charismatic, vibrant person. So, although it's Salieri's story, it's fueled by this, everlasting presence in the world. Yeah. Andrew's amazing. I mean, obviously he's been doing this for a long time, and he's played the big boys, so that's really important. And you know, he's so cool because he's got this gravitas about him, which is absolutely necessary, and then at the same time he's got this real kind of looseness about him, and he can be very gentle. You know what I mean? Like sort of a gentle giant in some ways, but consummate actor. Love to listen to his language. You know, it's impeccable, and yeah, I could sit there and watch him all day. Oh, you know, that's a good question. It's hard to say. You know, some of us are geniuses and some of us aren't. You know, and the geniuses are few and far between. It's few and far between. So probably the moral would be, it's okay. We can't all be geniuses, but it's actually pretty wonderful to, you know, live life being affected by whatever that art is. You know, whatever that message was or that feeling was that they gave to us. You know, some people get to be the receivers of what those crazy people invented. Yeah.